Let us begin. Dance. Defined for the purposes of this presentation as intentional, repeated, non-locomotive or locomotive movement of the skeletal structure, typically synchronized with an external auditory stimulus, commonly referred to as music. There is no evidence of joy. Proceed. One may observe a human subject inclining their pelvis, may writer of erection, repeated thrice, and reversing. This object retroceptal is often termed a hip thrust, though the nomenclature remains under review by the committee. The arms, those bilateral appendages, may rise without apparent purpose, achieving angles relative to the torso that vary between 40 and 90 degrees. This is not flailing, this is gestural semiotics. One party signals enthusiasm, another signals fatigue. A third simply signals that the auditory stimulus has reached a tempo exceeding 130 beats per minute.
It is an interesting way of communicating, the inefficiency of verbal language. A shoulder rise may indicate approval, a foot stomp may indicate disagreement or plantar fasciitis. Is also an interesting way of exercising, and thus caloric expenditure may range from moderate to significant. Please consult your physician before attempting the running man. Consider the turn, a full rotation of the axial skeleton along the vertical plane. Subject A rotates clockwise, subject B rotates counterclockwise. Neither party has expressed verbally a preference, yet a dialogue has occurred. This is biomechanical coupling. Consider also the cardiovascular benefits. Elevated heart rate, increased respiratory volume, release of endorphins, though these are not to be confused with emotion. Emotion is not the variable we are measuring in this study. Subjects may perspire. This is evaporative cooling. It is not sweating with joy. There is no joy, there is only horizontal displacement and synovial fluid. Dance is an interesting way to come out to time without the inefficiency of verbal language. Shoulder rise may indicate approval, a foot stomp may indicate disagreement or plantar fasciitis. It's also an interesting way of expression. Thus, this statement, caloric expenditure may range from moderate to significant. Please consult your physician before attempting the running man. One might ask, why do humans engage in this behavior voluntarily? The answer is not sentimental. The answer is sensible. First step selection. A subject who demonstrates eclecticity may be perceived as possessing some area motor coordination. This is not attractiveness. This is evolutionary viability. Fit and rig cohesion. When multiple subjects synchronize their movements to a common temporal framework. Colloquially the beat. Their cortisol levels may decrease. Their oxytocin levels may increase. This is not bonding. This is statistical correlation. Third, boredom. Sometimes there is simply nothing else to do. Dance fills the temporal gap between dinner and sleep. That is its most honest function. The slow dance is a subcategory worth noting. Minimal horizontal displacement, extended duration, upper limb contact between subjects, often in reduced auditory stimulus tempo, typically below 70 beats per minute. This is not rigorous. This is proximity maintenance under low energy conditions. The freestyle dance involves no predetermined sequence of movements. This is not crazy. This is stochastic motor output. The subject is not expressing themselves. The subject is generating random joint angle variations. It is noise, pleasant noise, perhaps, but noise nonetheless. Dance is an interesting way of communicating without the inefficiency of verbal angling. So the rise may indicate approval of foot stomp, may indicate disagreement or is it function. Is also an interesting way of exercising heavy hairs. Stay on waiting, low expenditure may range from moderate to significant. Please consult your physician before attempting the running man. In conclusion, acts exist. It serves two primary functions: communication and exercise. Neither function requires poison. Neither function requires joy. Nevertheless, some subjects report a subjective experience of fun. This report has been noted. It will not be investigated further.